to take there, and what are your thoughts on that performance as a whole?
Yeah, look, we probably blew a couple of opportunities in the field. I thought we bowled extremely well, coming back from probably, India got off to a really good start in that power play. Amelia Kerr batted outstanding to get us so close, and, needing, I guess, 4 to get into the super over, 5 or 6 to win the game. That last ball kept it nice and close. But look, we go into a must-win match against Australia in our last game.
You mentioned the sort of fielding errors, those drop catches to Shafali Verma proved quite crucial at the end. Is that something you'll be working on ahead of the Bangladesh game?
Yeah, look, we've been making big strides in our fielding. I think, we've got a really big focus of getting off the boundary rope, and, look, there are some tough chances, but at this level, we need to be taking those. Look, I think, it's something that we really pride ourselves on, and I know that, we'll continue to do the work that we've been doing, and knowing that some of those will stick and go our way.
A positive to take from the game was Amelia Kerr, 2 wickets, and that's late performance at the end nearly got you over the line. And there's a few words on how you thought she performed today. Yeah,
she was outstanding. She's prepared really well against Poonam especially, and you saw her move around the wicket really nicely. And Amelia's probably a slight person. She's good along the ground and over extra cover, and you saw that behind the wicket today. So she had a great day for us, really changed the momentum of the game with her bowling, and Millie's a real star for us, and we'd be looking for her to continue that form on throughout the tournament.
Did New Zealand sort of anticipate India fielding 4 frontline spinners, because they haven't done that through the tournament so far, but them going in with just the one pacer, did that affect your plans and strategies?
Not really. We've probably faced India and Guyana as well with 4 spinners. We expect 12 to 16 overs of spin, so we were prepared for that. We knew probably the fields that they were going to set, and for us it was just about executing. And a few of us probably through the middle struggled a wee bit to connect to the ball on a bit of a slower wicket. But no, look, we were comfortable with our plans going into there, and Pandey bowled really well up front and back end, and she was a big difference today.
Thoughts on Pandey again, specifically that Yorker was a turning point in its own right. How have you seen this bowler evolve over the years? You've played a lot against her. So your thoughts on seeing Shikha Pandey getting to this stage and defending those 16 runs?
Yeah, she's a great player. She's been around for a long time, and look, she executed really well, and that's what you expect of your senior pros. Being the sole, I guess, pace person in the attack, she bowled really well, and you want to back your experience in there. And yeah, look, we had plans against her, and again we couldn't execute 100%, but we got close in the end. So yeah, she bowled really well, and held her nerve at the end there.
Katey, did you think going into that last over, the fact that it was the one pace over and you had pace on, that you backed yourself because of that fact?
Yeah, I think so. I think the breeze also, for that deep mid-wicket area was also a strength, and we know here that the wicket runs really fast behind the wicket, so we had plans for that as well. We got close. I mean, no one probably wants to face Sophie Devine or bowl to Sophie Devine in a super over, so even to get us to that point would have been outstanding. But look, Pandey bowled really well, and unfortunately we just couldn't get across the line in the end.
And there's some criticism of New Zealand in ICC tournaments that this seems to be over the last 2-3 years, that putting yourselves in positions where it's difficult to progress, possible leading up to a virtual quarter-final against Australia.
Yeah, look, India have probably improved their T20 cricket throughout the year. I've been around since 2009 and played them, and they're definitely a lot stronger team now and a lot of confidence, especially with a number of the youngsters coming through. We're aware of our record, and obviously that's been disappointing, but we play Australia, if we're successful against in our next game against Bangladesh, and it's a one-off, effectively a quarter-final for us, and we've got nothing to lose. I mean, we obviously lose a game, but all the pressure's on Australia. Effectively, it's their home World Cup, and obviously, like I said, we've been disappointed, but we'd rather be in a position where we get an opportunity to go through than not. So that's the position we're in at the moment.
Just one more, the fact that New Zealand has recently restructured the contract system, where you have so many more players now centrally contracted. One of the moves to essentially strengthen your team after these results. When do you think the effects of that move are going to come through?
Yeah, look, we've probably had a solid 6 months with the girls being full-time cricketers, and we've got a home World Cup in 2021 that I think will really hit our straps, having a good winter back home. But look, whether we're full-time or otherwise, is we want to go out there and win games and and improve our performances, and I think we've done that as we've gone on. like I said, we've got one more game against Australia to hopefully as a quarterfinal for us, and I think that, you know, our skill level's where it needs to be. We can beat teams. We've got number 1 and 2 ranked batters in the world in T20 cricket, one of the best leg spinners coming through the game, and you know, even Lee Kasparek with her off spins in the top 10. So we've got the talent there. It's just about putting that on the park and seeing those results from all the hard work.
Do you feel like the gap between Australia and the rest of the world has narrowed, with, I suppose, countries investing more into their women's teams?
Yeah, I think so. I think with being all teams being able to play each other throughout that 4-year cycle with the ICC World Championship has made a difference, and probably teams don't fear each other as much. When you play against a team often or every couple of years, you sort of get a bit more confidence and feeling that you're at that. We're seeing Thailand being, you know, they're outstanding coming into this tournament, and they haven't, you know, stood out as a weaker team. So I think that's a thing, and that's a pressure on Australia to keep going. But look, they've got a heavy investment in their program, and you know, for probably the other teams, it's really about us just going out and putting our best foot forward.
And does the WBBL in some way actually help other teams catch up to Australia as well, given the number of players who can play there from overseas?
Yeah, I think we had 7 or 8 players this year in the Big Bash and the WBBL. Sophie was one of the outstanding performers, and I think that allows our players to develop the skill sets. We play against Australia as well, and you know, nearly every year. So I think, you know, being able to be, you know, a professional cricketer over in these environments. I mean, you look at the conditions at the Junction Oval. I mean, it's an outstanding place to train, and I think we've gained that confidence from being successful in the Australian competitions, and we're really fortunate that we can play in those. And obviously the Care Super League and the IPL exhibition games, the girls, you know, are really performing and standing out there. So hopefully as a team we can all put that together, and you know, our senior pros that have been around for a while can get us across the line against in the next couple of games.
Going back to Amelia Kerr, she seems to have developed into somebody whom any team, whether it be the Women's T20 Challenge team or New Zealand, are comfortable handing the ball for the last over, or you know, she can also pull off chases. She was almost there today. How have you seen Amelia get through this stage? She started out this youngster, and now she's become a key part of the New Zealand side.
Yeah, look, Amelia's probably once in a generation type player for New Zealand, and you know, she works really hard at her game. You know, she has a lot of support outside of cricket, and you know, she's someone that, you know, takes a responsibility, doesn't sort of necessarily, you know, she feels pressure like we all do, but she really takes it with a mature outlook, and you don't expect someone 18, 19 to have the cricket knowledge that she does, but you know, she's been outstanding for us, and she's the first one to put her hand up in pressure situations, and that's what you want. And yeah, she's an exceptional young talent, and someone that I think will have a long, successful career.
Just one more from me. You've seen the evolution of women's cricket in New Zealand since 2009. You've missed tours before because of work commitments. So how much does it mean to have that full-time contract structure allowing you to focus on cricket?
Yeah, look, it's made a big difference for me. It's pretty tiring at my age to try and manage both of those, and you know, it's been quite stressful. I mean, you know, I get the opportunity to train with our trainer 5 days a week, be at Lincoln with our coaches, you know, Bob Carter and Matt Bell, and I think the more time you do something, the better you're going to get at it. And I think you've seen Australia do that. They've committed full time to their cricket, and same as India now. And look, for me, it's been refreshing to be able to solely focus on cricket, and you know, I'm fortunate that I'm in the position that I can do that.
So you've given up your previous work?
I do a little bit just to keep myself occupied. I think for me, you know, I'm at the stage where balance is really important, both between, you know, keeping myself occupied outside of work, but, you know, cricket is my focus and my priority. And, yeah, look, we've got a big 18 months, you know, not only a big week to go, but a big 18 months in our, you know, in terms of our schedule with a couple of World Cups. So, yeah, I'll be eyeing keeping the professional training every day and being full-time and really giving it my good go.